What up, barbecue gang? It's been minus 16 up here in Canada and freezing rain for far too many days, so I decided to cook a delicious strip-loin roast inside. Started off with some chili lime sea salt from the South Shore Sea Salt Company. I threw that all over this strip-loin roast, then threw the roast into this Dutch oven to sear it off. You know we gotta get that perfect crust. Next, I set that meat aside and threw in carrots, onion, actually shallots, and some celery and garlic, and then I cooked it down. Threw in a little bit of tomato paste, then some flour to thicken it a little bit, and then I poured in an entire container of beef broth and 5 fluid ounces of some red wine. I chose Jackson Triggs because they're Canadian and make fantastic products. You know that already, though. Then we slow braised this in the oven at 275. I threw in some thyme and a couple bay leaves as well to add in that extra little bit of flavor. Next, we go ahead and make ourselves some garlic mashed potatoes. Get that potato ricer out and get that beat down. Add in a little bit of butter, maybe some cream. Get it the way you like your potatoes. Then, once we're done cooking this beef, we pull it out and we plate it up. And you know that my wife gets plated first because she is important on this day. So go ahead, get that extra sauce, those veggies, pour it all over that meat, and plate up just absolute bliss and deliciousness. Now, if you've never had a roast like this, I suggest you get off your hiney and go slow braise immediately. The results are fantastic. Not to mention how good your house will smell the entire time this is cooking. Oh yeah, you gotta try this one. What's up, y'all? It's Saucy, Rossy, the Canadian king of backyard barbecue. Check out these Octoberfest sausages that I did up. They were absolutely fantastic. I picked them up from Beck's Farms, threw them together with some tomatoes, jalapenos, onions, garlic, all in the same bowl. Hit it with some chili lime sea salt from the South Shore Sea Salt Company, obviously. Then threw it all in the frying pan together. Had to get this cooked down. Now, as you cook these sausages, you want to make sure you're throwing a lid on it regularly. We want to keep that moisture in. We're going to cook these sausages through, but check them regularly as well. We don't want to burn them. We want to cook them properly. Make sure you're mixing around those veggies. We're going to get this all wang-jangled, cooked together. It's going to be absolutely delicious the second it hits your tummy. So keep cooking this down, moving stuff around, getting it going, throw in a little knob of butter, make sure it cooks down. Then we're going to go in with a little bit of water, cook that down as well. Once that's finished, go in with whatever barbecue sauce you want. I'm using Earl's Signature Sauces, Carolina Barbecue, and boy, oh boy, was that the right decision. Brought this up another level. Can't wait at this point. It's smelling so good in my house. So I toasted off a couple hot dog buns along with some Tex-Mex cheese from Compliments that I picked up at my local Sobeys. Threw those sausages in, dressed them up with those veggies, making them look absolutely dapper, delicious. Ooh, God, this looks fantastic. I sat down with a beer and destroyed all 4 of these in no time. I highly recommend you check out this extremely simple recipe. So easy to cook. And if you're in Halifax, go to the Halifax Seaport Farmers Market and check out all these fantastic vendors. They have fantastic products to offer. You're going to love it. Trust me. What's up? It's Saucy Rossy, the Canadian king of backyard barbecue, and today I'm going low and slow on this tri-tip. I'm using Cuso's dirt, gravel, and maple bourbon dry rubs on this. And if you haven't figured it out already, I'm smoking it like it's a brisket. That means low temps, lots of smoke. You see me adding that oak wood on my Kingsford charcoal there, and we're making sure we're building that bark. Check this out. So after about 8 hours on my offset smoker, I wrap it in my butcher's paper with extra tallow and I let it rest. I brought it up originally on the offset smoker to 203 and now I'm resting it down to about 140, 150. And I grabbed this chef's knife by the Rock Cookware. I really love this chef's knife. It helps me slice into all these cuts of meat. I really enjoy it. And as you can see, I cooked this with a wonderful smoke ring. It's looking absolutely delicious, and I'm gonna jump right into this. I can't wait to plate this up. I'm thinking some delicious sweet potatoes and a nice Caesar salad. And this is what I had for dinner. I mean, what else do you want to say? That dry rub on there, got me that perfect bark. Look at that smoke ring from that charcoal and oak wood. Oh, we're just living the dream. You know what it is. Barbecue for life. Yo, it's Saucy Rossy, checking in for my offset smoker. Smoked this delicious tri-tip, wrapped it in some wonton wrappers, but the chili garlic hot honey dipping sauce that I made is the real star here. Go ahead, we're gonna attach 3 wontons together. We're rolling an extendo, and we're gonna seal that off with just a little touch of water. Nothing too crazy, just have a little bowl or something nearby you can dip your finger in. That's all you need. Now let's go back to the main star here, this hot chili garlic sauce mixed with some stinging hotter honey, red lava edition. Oh boy, are we bringing the heat. Just look at that mixture. Those Nova Scotian ingredients are really showing off here. Next, we're gonna just shallow fry these. I'm using my Rock cookware frying pan for this. It's a perfect tool for this kind of thing. And all you gotta do is put a little oil into that pan and just fry them. Get all the sides cooked through properly. Then you can pull them off onto a plate with some paper towel to let that oil drain. This is what you're left with. A delicious wonton filled with some smoked tri-tip, covered in this delicious red glaze of heat. I mean, talk about delicious. I was practically frothing at the mouth for more. I mean, oh, look at that bite. Stuffed with tri-tip. Now, if you want to see the full detailed 5-minute video, it's on my YouTube channel. So go check that out. Barbecue for life. Ooh wee, did I ever make some delicious pulled pork. I went down to my local farmers markets, actually 2 of them here in Halifax, and I picked up this delicious boneless Boston butt roast from McDougall Meadows. Then I picked up some sweet cherry bomb from Rudy's Authentic Hot Sauce. Next, grabbed some stinging hot seasoning from the Halifax Honey Company. This stuff brings heat like there's no tomorrow. Oh, it's delicious. Then I threw a little bit of extra salt and pepper on there. I'm trying to build a little bit of bark with this pulled pork. Gonna throw this on the offset smoker and go low and slow around 225, 250 for probably about 8 or 9 hours. And just look at this. It looks fantastic. That smoke has been rolling, baby. We got oak rolling today, and man, oh man, is that ever gonna accent this pork shoulder perfectly. But the perfect accent, oof, I'm talking Earl's Carolina barbecue sauce. This is by Earl's Signature Sauces, again from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I'm pouring it all over these red onions and garlic along with that pork shoulder. Now I'm wrapping it in tin foil and finishing off for another hour or 2, and this is the result. Just ooey gooey delicious pulled pork. Oh, smoked perfection. You really got to try this on tacos, sliders. You can make nachos. Oh, just a pulled pork sandwich. You'll love it. Smoky mango jerk chicken. Boy, oh boy, was this delicious. What's up? It's Saucy Rossy, the Canadian king of backyard barbecue. I used some seasoned salt by a Spice Affair and Island Girl Foods. Then I used some Island Girl Foods smoky mango jerk chicken sauce. And boy, oh boy, was I ever smart to do that. Come on, let's grab some Kingsford, get the Napoleon charcoal grill fired up for 2-zone cooking. We're gonna put that chicken down on indirect heat. Now the goal here is to cook it up past 165 degrees internal. Now don't be silly. Let's put on a couple layers of that jerk chicken sauce as it's cooking through as well. We don't want 1 layer. We don't want 2. We want at least 3. Now, like I said, we're bringing it up to 165 internal, and we're going to char it up a bit. And boy, oh boy, will that ever be the best decision of your life. Now, pull them off the Napoleon charcoal grill. Now let's dive in. Cut into that and find that juicy chicken packed with flavor. Look at that red hue, that barbecue. Oh, it's just deliciousness. Plated up with some coleslaw, some sweet potatoes, and you've got yourself an absolutely delicious dinner. So go ahead, find yourself some Island Girl Foods products. Get yourself a delicious dinner on your plate. Make yourself a happy Canadian. You know what's up. It's cold outside, so get some warm food in that belly. You'll be super pumped up about it. Barbecue. Maple Habanero Barbecue Chicken. What's up, what's up? It's Saucy Rossy, the deepest voice in backyard barbecue, here to show you how to make some delicious food. I'm using Island Girl Foods and a Spice Affairs barbecue seasoning on this spatchcock chicken this evening. Oh boy, this stuff is incredible. This seasoning was perfect for this chicken. Now as you can see here, I'm throwing 2 meat hooks in through the bones and hanging it out in the trusty Oklahoma jar Joe barrel smoker, running it with Kingsford charcoal with some hunks of hickory wood in there. Now, as you can see, I got that chicken hung right above those coals, and it's dripping those juices down, letting it charbroil up, kissing it with that flame. Boy, oh boy, is this ever delicious. And talk about delicious. Island Girl Foods Maple Habanero Barbecue Sauce. This brings your taste buds on a tropical vacation. Trust me, oh my goodness. I've got 2 layers caked on there, and boy, oh boy, look at that red hue of barbecue bliss. This is exactly what I want to see. So, pulled it off the old barrel smoker, got it ready, plated it up with some delicious mashed potatoes and corn, because I'm a meat and potatoes guy, and just thrilled with the outcome here. This maple habanero barbecue sauce by Island Girl Foods should be in every Canadian pantry. Trust me on this one, you're gonna love it. Barbecue for life. Do you enjoy absolutely delicious ribs? Look at these, smoked to perfection. Oh, the perfect barbecue sauce. Let me talk you through it. It's the main man with a plan, Saucy, Rossy, coming back at you with some Island Girl Foods barbecue spice rub. It's a collaboration with a spice affair, and I highly recommend you try this spice rub out. It's absolutely delicious. But look at me, nothing new, rocking the offset smoker with some oak wood. I'm rolling it low and slow. I'm going at 225, trying to get that delicious smoky flavor over these ribs. So I'm going to smoke them for 4 hours. Then I'm going to wrap them in tinfoil with more of that dry rub, some butter, and a little bit of barbecue sauce that I'm going to be tacking on there. Now, I'm going to leave them in that tinfoil for an hour. Then I'm going to unwrap them and let them sit in the tinfoil and bathe in all those juices for the final hour. While I coat on some sweet guava barbecue sauce by Island Girl Foods. This barbecue sauce changed my rib game. Holy guacamole. Just trust me on that one. I can't believe how incredibly flavorful and delicious this barbecue sauce was. Not to mention how perfectly cooked these ribs were. I mean, just look at that smoke ring. But, oh, that barbecue sauce tacked on there is just tantalizing. If you want delicious flavors, go check out Island Girl Foods. You're going to love it. Smoke some oxtail, boy oh boy, did this ever come out delicious, you know what I'm saying? And look at this, ooh, ha, yeah, bud, dripping juices onto some oxtail like that is something everyone should be doing. It's your boy, Saucy Rossy. Check out this delicious oxtail I sourced from Vessel Meats in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Throwing on some of that Cusos dirt gravel and maple bourbon. Gotta make sure I'm heavily coating all sides of this delicious oxtail before I throw it on my offset smoker, low and slow, baby. I'm rolling this around 225 for 4 or 5 hours. We're going to get that delicious bark on there and impart that perfect smoky flavor. Then, after about 4 to 5 hours, we're going to pull these bad boys off. Throw them in that tinfoil boat right there with some garlic, a little bit of beef broth, then we'll top it off with a little bit of water, you know what I mean? If you want all the measurements, go over to my YouTube channel. I got the entire recipe laid out for you. Then we're going to slow braise these in the oven. You can put them back on the smoker, but I threw mine in the oven at 275 for about 4 more hours, and boy, oh boy, did this ever come out 10 out of 10 delicious. So, plated it up on some rice and some root vegetables. Don't ask me how, but my root vegetables dyed my rice purple. That's pretty badass. Yeah, and then, oh, just pour on that juice. This is just a 10 out of 10. I got the idea from TFTI Barbecue. Pretty stoked on it. He made a recipe and it looked absolutely delicious, so I knew I had to give this a try. Thrilled that I did too, because this was just banging, boy. Oh, hell yeah. Sunday night, I was jumping into bed and thought to myself, hey, why not go to bed with some steak nachos? I mean, life's better with that, right? Go ahead, grab yourself some Casa Bonita tortilla chips. These things are top notch. Threw on some sliced onion. There's red pepper, green onion. We threw on some pickled jalapenos. Oh, this was just a 10 out of 10. Then I went on with some steak. Now, this steak I cooked using the Kilted Chef's Kitchen Party spice mix. Oh, this was just extra Nova Scotian, which made me happy. Oh, that's all I need in my life. Nova Scotia, bud. Then I threw on some Tex-Mix cheese. Now, you know me, we're going to layer this up a few layers here. We're not going to be silly about it either. Then once you layer it up, we're going to grab some of that yellow cheese and chipotle salsa by Casa Bonita and heat it up in a frying pan. Then we're just going to kind of layer it all over top. Then you throw it in the oven. While it's cooking in the oven, grab yourself some fire roasted chipotle salsa from Casa Bonita. This is a great idea. Those nachos come out, hit it with that chili lime fresca. Oh, bud, this is delicious. But it's not delicious until you add your Spicy Boys Mean Green hot sauce. And I know what you're thinking. You're saying, Ross, you're going to bed, bud. What are you doing trying to make everything pucker? Well, don't worry. Look at that. It's a light green on the heat scale, and it adds that delicious fruity acidity to these nachos. Oh, they're banging, bud. Barbecue for life. Hot honey glazed cherry chicken drumsticks. Oh, toot my horn. Honk, honk. Let's go, baby. Heath Ryle's authentic cherry rub. This stuff coated these chicken drumsticks perfectly. I love when a dry rub has that delicious red hue ready to go on the barbecue. So I grabbed my Royal Oak lump charcoal, fired up my Napoleon charcoal grill. You know it's time for that immaculate backyard barbecue. So I put 2 charcoal baskets, one on either side of the grill, along with these dangling chicken drumsticks right down that center aisle like it's a fashion show. Ooh, look at that. These are looking perfect. That lump charcoal has that red hue matching perfectly over to those glistening chicken wings. And my golly, when I'm talking barbecue, this is what I'm talking about. We're talking perfectly cooked chicken drumsticks. Now I'm bringing it up past that 165 internal, then I'm going to coat it with some stinging hot honey from the Halifax Honey Company. Now, I picked up this cherry dry rub at Vintage Stove and Fireplace, located in Truro, Nova Scotia. So if you are in Atlantic Canada and you need anything barbecue related, Vintage Stove and Fireplace has you covered. Make sure you check them out. Ooh, they know what's up. They're great people there. Almost as great as how delicious these chicken drumsticks were. Shout out Heath, the 75-time grand champion. Ooh, knew what was up with that cherry rub. And as for the hot honey, well, just drizzle it. What's up, y'all? I'm all sorts of jazzed up right now. Nah, mean, check this out. That red hue, oof, that pulled pork, ooh, delicious ribs. You must be wondering to yourself, Ross, what are you doing? You getting that sauce out? No, today we're going with a delicious dry rub, Perpetual Pork by Rollin' Bones Barbecue. Now, I know the first thing that's going through your mind, Ross, sit down, buddy. You and your wife perpetually pork all the time. What are you doing getting more of that in your life? Well, the answer is, look at that red hue. Look at that delicious barbecue. You know what I do. I throw down in the backyard. So your main man with the plan grabbed this, spritzed up some wonderful racks of ribs, delicious pork shoulder, and I'm giving this the full Bronson test. We're going front, back, left, right, up, down. Oof, you know I hit these ribs with some delicious maple syrup at the end, the Canadian way, right? Oof, run it low and slow, baby, between 225 and 275, depending on which cook we're really talking about here. Smoke that pork shoulder. Oh, check it out. I just wrapped it at the end and let those juices flow out into this tinfoil pan, shredded it all up, and became indulged in some absolute pulled pork bliss. This stuff was fantastic. Perfect for a sandwich, nachos, poutine, the whole 9 yards. And these ribs, well, bud, they were banging too. So check out Perpetual Pork by Rollin' Bones Barbecue, bud. You'll love it. Barbecue for life. Immaculate pulled pork. What's the secret? Guava barbecue sauce by Island Girl Foods. That's what's up. Check it out. Grab this pork shoulder with some of this Island Girl Foods and a Spice Affair barbecue seasoning. Made sure to coat every nook and cranny, every side, every crevice, every corner. Then I went out back and fired up the Oklahoma Joe Bronco barrel smoker. And you're probably thinking, Ross, what time is it, bud? Well, guess what? I don't sleep. It's barbecue 24/7. Check this out. This pork shoulder was absolutely smoked perfection. Oof, threw clumps of maplewood on there, the Canadian way. Oh yeah, I love me some pulled pork, giving it that quick spritz as it needs. And check it out, look at that bark forming on there. This is just going to be shredded up into absolute barbecue bliss. I'm talking smoked perfection. Hallelujah. Check this out. Now, I pulled this off after 9-10 hours. I braised it too, wrapped in tinfoil, then slathered on some of that Island Girl sweet guava barbecue sauce. Like I said, secret weapon here, made this absolutely delicious pulled pork. Now, if you're wondering what you can do with pulled pork, well, you can make sandwiches, poutine, you can make tacos, nachos, pizza, the list goes on. So highly recommend you try this one. Barbecue for life. Low and slow barbecue beef short ribs. Oof, picked this up at Vessel Meats in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, but specifically at their Halifax Seaport Farmers Market location. Just look at that cut of meat. Hit it with W sauce as a binder and Cosmos Q cow cover. Oh, this seasoning was absolutely delicious. Oh my golly. So, made sure to cover every single side, top, bottom, left, and right. Now, it's a dry rub, but make sure you pet it in. You don't rub it in. That is important here. Then we're going to fire up the offset smoker using Kingsford charcoal. I'm throwing on oak wood as well to get that perfect smoky flavor. Now, I'm running this low and slow. I'm talking like 225 to 250 for, I don't know, let's say 8 hours. Then if you want, you can even braise it for a bit to loosen up that bark. And holy, check this out. Look at that bone pull. This was absolutely delicious. You got to make sure you trust me on that one. I'm being serious about that. Look at that booty jiggle right there on those short ribs. My golly, holy. Oh, smoked perfection. This was so juicy, tender, and just delicious. So if you're looking to impress your guests at your next barbecue, go pick up some awesome short ribs and just impress everyone with just barbecue perfection. There's a reason they call it the best bite in barbecue. Oh, it's just a 10 out of 10. Trust me on that one. Low and slow New Brunswick style smoked pork ribs. Holy, let me tell you all about it. Get yourself 2 racks of ribs and some Spicy Boys smoked peach hot sauce. Throw it on as a binder. Lather those rib cages up. Then some Barbequist Spice by Royal Nova Company. We're going to make sure we fully coat these 2 racks of ribs. I need to make sure it has that thick layer of dry rub on there. Holy, throw it on the offset smoker. We're going low and slow, like I said, but once we hit that 4-hour mark, we're going to go and take some Sweet with a Little Heat by Royal Nova Company and mix it with that Spicy Boys smoked peach. Prepare our tinfoil with some butter in that sauce, throw it down, wrap it up, throw it on the offset smoker for an additional hour, and this is what you come up with, my man. Check it out, that bone pull, that sauce. Oh, delicious low and slow barbecue, but we're not done. I'm putting on another layer of that delicious barbecue sauce, hot sauce mixture, and I'm going to bring this from a 9 to a 10. Shout out New Brunswick. Oh, this barbecue was just immaculate. I mean, look at those bones pulling out of the side. Look at that sauce tacking on there. That red barbecue you know I love. Oh, can't get enough of it, my man. Oh, geez Louise. Now, time to pull these off because we hit the 6-hour mark and dig in. Now, this barbecue bliss is so simple and so easy, so I recommend you try this yourself. You ever get that feeling that you're just going to be angry until you stuff your face with some delicious nachos? Oh, happens to me way too often. What's up? What's up? It's Saucy Rossy, the Canadian king of backyard barbecue, and I loaded up some Casa Bonita cornflour chips. They are just top notch for nachos. Check it out. We got red bell pepper, tomato, shallots, pickled jalapenos, and the leftovers from my beer can chicken cook. Oh, that was delicious and can't wait to show you that in another video. But for now, let's load on another layer because we're talking about nachos. Again, with all the veggies, that beer can chicken, then some Tex-Mex cheese. Now the fun part. We're going to heat up some of that yellow queso by Casa Bonita. I grabbed my Heritage The Rock pan and just, stovetop heated it up. Simple as could be. Poured it all over top these nachos. Then we're going to finish it off with Rudy's Authentic Hot Sauce, Sweet Cherry Bomb. This stuff is incredible. Not that hot, but that fire roasted habanero salsa by Casa Bonita, that stuff is next level. And just pairing all this together, that sweet, delicious hot sauce by Rudy, that cheesy, ooey, gooey goodness from the queso by Casa Bonita, those corn chips that can hold their own, and that delicious fire roasted salsa. My goodness, these are just going to be a 10 out of 10. I can't wait to fill this gut, bud. It's going to be incredible.